Okay, today we're showing you how we pack up for our shows, how we transport our venomous snakes. And what I do is I have a couple methods over the years that I've improved on, and I think the best thing I've stumbled upon is using coolers for transporting venomous snakes. They're plastic, they're very durable. One of the nice features is that I can put a padlock on them like I have here. They're insulated, they're very thick plastic, which is hollow though. So for some of the venomous snakes, like any of the pit vipers, or any of the vipers actually, their fangs extend out of their mouth, so they're actually able to bite you through a screen top or through a hole in a lid. So with this being hollow inside, I drill holes on the bottom part just through the first set of plastic, and then on the top part I drill the holes on the outer edge, so all the air holes are offset so he can't bite you through the lid. What's nice about these is they're very durable. While you're using them, if you were actually to get into an accident, a car accident or something, they would stand up pretty well. In most car accidents, they wouldn't break open. They're easy to put a hasp on, so you can put a padlock on and lock them down. With my licenses, I am required to make sure that as I travel extremely safe with my venomous snakes so that there's no danger to the public. The other thing I need to do is, on this one here, I wrote them out, I marked the venomous snakes, and I will put a temporary label, I'll write on a piece of paper and tape it onto the top of what snake that I actually have in this cooler at the time. Right now I'm going to move over here my timber rattlesnake. We're going to put him in here. We got a party tomorrow and also on Sunday, so I got two shows coming up back to back. So what I'm going to do is I put on my bite-proof gloves, which I love to use, or the Hex Armor gloves, and I keep these enclosures always locked. I just unlocked this one, so I'll take the padlock off of this. And this is my timber rattlesnake. She's actually one of my favorite rattlesnakes. She's very beautiful with her coloration. Again, when I do this, make their hides, I usually put holes in the top here so that I can take my forceps, I can grab it from the top without reaching in, and I can take the hide right off of them like so. Always keeping an eye, the corner of my eye here, always keeping an eye on the snake, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. As you can see right now, hopefully she's rattling, kind of messed up. I'll use my hook, I'll hook her, and in the same tailing method that you normally would without gloves, I'll keep on my gloves because I don't want to get bit. At this point I'll get rid of the stick, and I'll use my other hand as a stick, and I will bring the rattlesnake over. She's a beautiful timber rattlesnake, nice colorations, and I will slowly put her into here. And by doing this, it keeps it nice and smooth and gentle. The snake remains calm, I remain calm, and there's no problems. Again, what I do is I like to use this saying, keeping it real. I don't have to be dramatic on how I pack up a snake or anything. I put the lock back on, make it nice, smooth, and simple. I don't have to look like some kind of, a hero, some kind of dangerous thrill seeker that's moving a rattlesnake. It's very basic, very simple, and this is what I try to portray. Okay, the next snake I'm taking out is a cobra, a monocle cobra. And what I do with these is I have three smaller coolers with the same type of system, the holes drilled offset on the lids, the hasp for a lock. These three coolers though actually fit very nicely inside of this carrier, and I can, when I put this carrier down, if I so choose, I can put a lock on it as well, which I normally don't because I keep the individual ones locked. But reason why I keep the cobras and these coolers though is because each type of snake reacts differently. And when a cobra is kept in complete darkness, which it will be inside this cooler, when I open it up, the cobra is going to be aggravated. He's going to come out normally hissing and all flared up, which is basically what I want, because I want to show him that way at the shows. So right now we're going to take him out of here, and you're going to see he's going to come out of here also hissing and all flared up because he's under his hide, which is right here. And as we lift it up, he's right there. You can, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but he's all flared up. He's pointed at me. Now, what I'm going to do when I come at him, though, is I'm basically going to push his head down with the stick, and then I'm going to slide the stick underneath him toward the front part of his body. I'm going to, again, grab him like I'm going to tail him, but I'm not. Once I get him in one hand, I'm going to slide my other hand up by him like the stick would be. As you can see, he's all flared up, but now he flares down pretty quickly. We're going to slide him into the cooler, and I can use the glove if I need to keep him from coming up. Close the lid up, throw the lock on, and I'm all good to go. And this is number 1. 3 of these coolers fit in here, so we're going to have 3 different snakes coming in here right now. This is the first snake we put in. Okay, the next one we got that's going to go in here is our cottonmouth or water moccasin. Now again, knowing each snake individually, each species and how they react, I'm not going to have to probably tail the water moccasin. Water moccasins and cottonmouths usually will ride a stick pretty well. Normally she'll probably give me a strike. This is a female. She's super aggressive most of the time, which is why I like her. I just remove her hide from her. She's actually, looks like she just shed it. And we're going to hook her. And again, she'll ride the stick very well. I just keep her far enough away in case she strikes at me. And we'll lower right into the cooler, flip the lid down, and she is done and ready to go. Again, keeps it simple, keeps her more calm, keeps me more calm. There's no need for me to actually touch her at this point because I'm just transferring her from one enclosure to another. Make sure I get the lid on, the lock on there. And that is snake number 2 in that cooler. Okay, and this is another design I came up with to keep venomous snakes in. It's actually one of the seal-tight coolers. What I did was I drilled holes straight through the handles, right through the lids, and right through the tub itself here. They're not coolers, actually tubs. And the padlock will go through both. The design on this, though, is that one of the flaws is that I need 2 separate locks, and they're bigger locks actually, so they can go through everything. And it's not actually a design flaw, but you can actually see through it. The snake can see out. So when he's traveling, he might not feel as stress-free as he would if he couldn't see it. But I put 2 of these into a bigger Tupperware tub, type of Rubbermaid tub, that they can't see out of, so they're inside that as well. So they really can't see anything while we're in transit, but once we take them out for the shows, light, and they can get in and they can see out of these. So these tend, though, to keep a lot of the snakes a little bit calmer because they can see what's going on. Once I take them out and they're sitting at the show, preparing for the show, they can see what's going on. They get a little bit calmer. They're not as agitated, which is what I want the water moccasin, the cottonmouth there, and the cobras to be, so I keep them in the complete darkness until we need them. So this way they're more agitated when I take them out for the shows, and they'll show people exactly what they do. Now we're going to take out our albino western diamondback rattlesnake. And normally he's always good for one swipe. When I try to get him, I usually try to strike at me at least one time. Well, mostly rattlesnakes do not ride a hook very well, so you do have to tail them. And again, my method of tailing is once I get them their tails, I get rid of the stick and I use my front hand as the other part of the stick. This keeps them a little calmer, in my opinion. They don't thrash around as much, and I got much more control over them. And we'll drop him into the container here. And as you see here, what we're going to do is we got 2 much bigger locks, and they will go up through the handles like so, and we'll lock them in. My wife's much better at getting the locks on these things as I am at the shows. That's her job, and she definitely wants to make sure they're secured and locked in there. So now the handle will come. So that way when they're in the car or whatever, nothing's ever going to get out. And the last venomous snake we pack up for our show today. Normally we take 6 venomous snakes, and we will take anywhere from another 10 to 15 non-venomous snakes with us. We call our venomous snakes an extreme show. We don't charge extra for it, but if people don't want venomous snakes, they can ask us not to bring them. Most people do want the venomous snakes. The last snake we're going to take out is my copperhead. He's right here. He's hidden under his newspaper. And we're going to get him to come out. He's normally not aggressive. Every once in a while he gets in a bad mood. But again, what we're going to do is grab him by his tail. We'll get that front hand up under him there so we can control him much better. Pretty cool southern copperhead. I've raised this one from a baby. And like I said, every once in a while he'll get a mean streak in him and try to bite, but normally he's pretty laid back. And we'll put him in this container, and again, put the bigger locks on here. They'll slide up and snap in there. And again, on the top of these, everything is always marked venomous snakes. We have what snake is in there with a temporary label. This way, if we change what we're taking with us, I can just pull the label off. And this is the larger enclosure here, larger tub that we will take these two and stick them in here. There's the one, and the other one fits right in there really nice as well. And it gives us a little extra room on the top. So for that, we put in our mic and our cordless mics and our extra electrical cord. Fits right in there on top, no problem. And then we throw the lid on that, and that will keep these guys safe. Again, they can't see out of here now. They're in containers, so again, if something were ever to happen, God forbid we get into an auto accident or something, they would have to really demolish the car in order to break open any of these enclosures that they're traveling in.